Hi St. Stithian girls. First of all, thank you very much for considering coming to help Liz and I at A Few Grey Hairs to be able to help the women and children that we support with hair through our Hairs with Love campaign. So one of the jobs that we do need help with is what I've set up here for you. And basically what this involves is making key rings that look like that, that we give to each of the hair donors like yourselves when we come to the high schools. Now this blue heart represents standing against gender-based violence, and this equal sign is obviously to remind us that we're all equal. And then each and every tassel that's on this pom-pom indicates one tiny little piece of hair that gets donated to us. So instead of big ponytails, we prefer just a few very small but extremely long ponies that get cut right from the base of the scalp so that we can get the full length. So we need help, girls. We need help making these, painting them, and then obviously making the little tassels. So as you can see here, we have got a selection of all the different colors which are of the South African flag. And then we have inside this box, we have the pens, the brushes, the punch for the leather and the ink to be able to make the little keyring. I give you a template to cut out, and it's just a very sharp pair of scissors. So it's really not difficult, and then we use these silver gel pens to be able to draw onto the leather. So that's one of the jobs. One of the other jobs that we do need help with is sorting the hair that we get donated. Now when we are at high schools, we educate the girls how to harvest hair correctly. But there are a lot of people who don't watch the videos and continue to harvest their hair in one big pony like this. The challenge with this is that it's very labor intensive for us when we get it, and we often lose, depends really, but we can lose up to about 30% of the hair in now sorting it from this state. And the reason that we can lose so much is that we can't take one chance if one of these strands of hair turn the opposite direction. So if there's hair that we call contaminated, we can't use it. What we do is we have to now peel away small ponytails of hair from that existing bundle, holding it near the ends and pulling away what we call fluff. Now this hair is too short to use, as on our heads we have hair growing in a cycle of 3 phases, and it's the very short hair that I've just pulled out. And then after it's been pulled out, we secure it with a loom band. So now we're having to work backwards from the way that we have educated you the correct way. And then once that's been done, it then needs to be cut. Has to be documented into a color and a length. So once it's in our hair bank, we can find it easily when we need it. So here you'll see again. Now when we get harvested hair correctly, we don't have any of this loss, which is a terrible shame. And also we get maximum length. Like you'll see, the more you work through the ponytail, the more the hair slips and slides, and you've got to cut more and more length away. But as I say, we hope that by videos like this one, and continue visiting the schools and educating the girls and boys, that they will know better. So this is an area that we really need help with, along with the tassels and the key rings for the hair donors. I'm just going to do a quick lesson on how to make a tassel. So here are the tassels. We make them in the South African flag colors. There they are, all 6 of them. And in the very beginning, when we started making tassels, we would plait them all the way to the end. But they became quite bulky and they wouldn't fit nicely on a keyring, because there are girls out there that are harvesting regularly and intend having 150 of these on a keyring, which will then indicate that they have actually given enough hair to make one full wig. So how we do that is we take three strands of wool that are about 25 centimeters, and then you thread this through the little loop, and then you thread your wool through the loop, and then you pull it back through that little hoop on the keyring, and then we just do 3 knots, just straightforward knotting. And then once we've got that done, just pull it out a little bit so it's not so bulky, and then we take another strand and working halfway so that when this is knotted, these tassels come down and join. We then tie around and make it nice and secure, like right at the actual base of the last knot. And then they just hang down. And what we do once we've taken them off here is we just put a tiny dollop of glue on that little knot so that it holds it. And then when we're finished and we've got a whole line, we come along and do some hairdressing. We line them up with the other tassels so that they're all the same, and we chop it straight off, just like that. And hey presto, we've got a little tassel, and each tassel is given to each hair donor for one tiny little pony. And it really is just our way of recognizing their gift to us and to the community. Here is the outdoor COVID safe salon, and that's an area where you're welcome to work. Otherwise, equally, you can collect the materials and take them home. Then you can collect lump sum of the different materials and take them home and make them there and then return them. And I'd be able to look and see what you've brought back and give you a time for that, which you then can hand over to one of your teachers at St. Stithians. So thanks again, and we hope to hear from you. Bye.